Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to a very significant unveiling here today. We are here to open a new chapter in the history of Indy Lights, a history that can trace its roots all the way back to 1986. It's very fitting that we have a new state-of-the-art car here that will debut in 2015, as next year marks the 30th year of the series that has been the final stepping stone of so many drivers who have worked their way to the Verizon IndyCar Series. I'm actually going to have to stay right on the sheet here because there's some interesting things I want to talk about. Scores of drivers have graduated through Indy Lights, and that includes 19 of the 33 starters in this year's Indianapolis 500. Between them, they lay claim to no fewer than 30 Indy Lights race wins and 71 poles. 7 of the 19 drivers that will start on Sunday won Indy Lights championships, including Tony Kanaan, Oriol Servia, Scott Dixon, Townsend Bell, J.R. Hildebrand, Joseph Newgarden, and the rookie this year, Sage Karam. Obviously successful, without a doubt. No question, Indy Lights has been able to bring drivers into the Verizon IndyCar Series. Folks, the Dallara IL-15 will be unveiled shortly. It'll be a fourth-generation car, and it will be assembled just a few hundred yards from Indianapolis Motor Speedway at Dallara LLC on Main Street here in Speedway, Indiana. It's going to be amazing. We're going to show it to you momentarily. Folks, as many of you know, Andersen Promotions has a long and successful history of promoting open-wheel championships. The company relaunched the USF 2000 program back in 2010. It founded Pro Mazda at the end of 2012 and then took over the licensing and operation of the Indy Lights program last year. Now overseeing all 3 levels of the Mazda road to Indy. It's absolutely unparalleled in any other part of motorsports in the world. Now, if you know Dan Andersen, you will probably say it's a bit of a glutton for punishment, but he's brought it upon himself, which we'll give him that. Folks, do me a favor, please welcome from Andersen Promotions, the CEO, Mr. Dan Andersen.
Are we on? Yes. Thank you all for attending this ceremony today at this Hall of Racing, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This event marks a great moment for Indy Lights presented by Cooper Tires as we take a step forward into a bright future with this exciting new Dallara race car. I hope that all who are here today will agree with me that Indy Lights is a very important series. As Rob went through the statistics, it's clear to me, and it should be clear to everyone, that this is a series that's important to IndyCar and IndyCar's future. It provides tomorrow's IndyCar drivers and Indy 500 drivers with that much-needed final step of training. As was mentioned, well over 50% of this year's starting lineups are graduates of Indy Lights, and we at Andersen Promotions are proud to be building on the great legacy that has been laid before us. Indeed, the entire Mazda Road to Indy is unique as the only complete development program in the world, and we thank our Mazda Road to Indy partners, particularly John Doonan of Mazda North America and Chris Pantani of Cooper Tires, both here with us today for making this ladder happen. I'd actually like a little round of applause for those two guys. We have many Indy Lights partners in attendance today that I want to recognize and thank, including Gianpaolo Dallara, Andrea Pontremoli, Antonio Montanari, Andrea Toso, Elisa Bonzani, Stefano DePonte, and Alex Timmerman from Dallara, Chris Pantani from Cooper Tires, Rob and Chris Dyson from AER, Jose Mattiuda and Jody Grosse from Motegi, Kirk Scuffle from Tilton, Alan O'Leary from Carl Haas Auto, Kirsty Andrew and Steve Wesolowski from Cosworth, Derek Dong from PFC, Blake Miller from Braille Battery, Bruce Natvig from iCars, and from IndyCar and Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Mark Miles and Doug Bowles. Thank you all for helping Andersen Promotions with this Indy Lights endeavor. With help from these partners, we proudly unveil this new car today, and we also want to announce today that our 2015 Indy Lights champion, the first champion who will have used this race car to gain his championship, will be awarded a minimum 3-race IndyCar driving contract, including the 100th running of the Indy 500 in 2016. We think this prize is important to the continuity of drivers progressing into IndyCar and giving them that 3-race contract we hope will be a stepping stone for their careers. This summer we'll also be starting a new advertising initiative that will be an effort by our organization to inform drivers worldwide about the North American opportunity that is the Mazda Road to Indy, and in particular the Indy Lights Championship. We have a sample ad on display over there, the Want Milk ad. That's the first of a run of ads that we'll be putting on in worldwide publications. And along with the print ads, we'll be doing social media initiatives and website marketing. We believe this great new race car and the story we have to tell will see us build back the fields of Indy Lights into strong fields once again. Lastly, I want to say that I've watched Dallara work over the past 6 months, and Tony Kottman, our project manager, and I have worked with the Dallara staff, and they've listened to what we wanted in a race car, and they've delivered a beautiful, technologically and advanced, and I believe a very fast race car, and I can't wait to see it in testing this summer. Thank you, Mr. Dallara, and thanks to your fantastic staff. I know now why Dallara is the world's best open-wheel race car builder. Thank you. Lastly, special thanks to our project manager, Tony Kottman, who has shepherded this project from inception to date. He has been involved in every aspect, large and small, and there's no way we could have done this without Tony. Thank you, Tony. Thank you once again for coming to this unveiling, and I've seen the car already, but I think you'll like it. Thank you very much.
Dan, thank you very much. As Dan stated, one man has been at the helm of the entire bid and design process for the new state-of-the-art Dallara IL-15, which will undergo a rigorous test and development program prior to the 2015 season, beginning at Mid-Ohio on August the 4th. Folks, please welcome the president and founder of NZR Consulting and former vice president of competition at IndyCar, Mr. Tony Kottman.
Thanks, Rob. I'll keep it pretty short, but I appreciate it. As Dan said, I want to thank all the partners who have contributed to this, because it's been a phenomenal feat. But basically what you have is lighter, faster, stronger, sexier. And I think those are really 4 adjectives that describe the car. There's a lot gone into it. We've learned a lot of IndyCar, a lot of some of the IndyCar accidents, and this car, particularly in the monocoque area, is basically an IndyCar. So a lot of work gone into side intrusion, a lot of time on that. As Robert had kind of mentioned, there's a pretty rigorous test program going to happen. It's going to begin. We're just going to run a quick shakedown in Italy before the car comes over here. And we're lucky enough to have Connor Daly and Tristan Vautier, who are going to spend a lot of time with us getting the car developed. Plan on doing a lot of mileage. And we're also working on a couple of IndyCar drivers, so we hope to get a couple of other current IndyCar drivers to try and assist in it. Small displacement, high fuel efficiency. It's only a 2-liter turbocharged engine, and as other guys have said, when you see it, I hope you really like it. But this is the start of a new evolution of Indy Lights. Thanks very much.
Tony, thank you very much. Folks, Dallara has had a long and storied history with the Verizon IndyCar Series, including 13 wins here at the Indy 500. This history also dates back to 2002 with the Indy Lights program. Today, a new journey begins with the unveiling of the Dallara IL-15. Please welcome Gianpaolo Dallara, president of Dallara Automobili.
Thank you. When you design a new car, you put on the new car all the lesson, all the knowledge you gained on the previous car. This is the last one, and of course is the best. The best we are able to do now. And the target in designing this new car was not simple, not easy. It has to be fast, light, perform, safe, as you can. And then, if possible, cost is the same, make it nice. And Cotman and Mr. Anderson were very demanding. And not less difficult, make it cheap. And we tried, hey, this is normally racing, first performing, safety, nice, and then cheap. We try to do our best. At the beginning, it was, we were saying it's impossible. Then we wanted to do. We wanted to do because it's too important to us be there to provide all the chain of racing car. Don't forget, Mr. Anderson, we are able to do also smaller car. If you need next time, we are ready to do it. So I am convinced that all the people working on this program, Mr. Toso, Mr. Montanari, and the other that I cannot mention everyone, did a good job. I am proud of what we did. I hope that you will appreciate now the shape of the car, and I am convinced that the performance too will be good. Thank you for the confidence you gave to us. I believe that you will not regret the choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dallara. As Dan can attest, IndyCar has been a tremendous supporter of the newly reinvigorated Indy Lights program. And it is appropriate that the unveiling is taking place here at the hallowed grounds of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where so many of our rising young stars strive to compete. Please welcome Mark Miles, CEO of Hulman & Company, the parent company of IndyCar and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Thank you. Actually, it's been a very special day. I've had the opportunity to follow Giampaolo around Indianapolis from Main Street and the Dallara facilities to make a very special announcement there, and now this. So as Tony said, this car has all these fabulous features, and on top of that, it's sexy. It occurs to me I'm standing between you and the opportunity to take her clothes off, so I'll be quick. This is a big day because Indy Lights means so much to the IndyCar series. Some of the stats have been mentioned. The one I just learned about is that there's an Indy Lights driver in every row of the starting grid of this year's 500. So just another way to remember how important the Indy Lights series and the whole road to Indy is to IndyCar racing itself. You know, I haven't been involved all that long, but early on we recognized that we need to find the ideal partner to hopefully draft with us forward, and as IndyCar grows, to make sure that the most important leg of our ladder series grows with us, or even faster. And with Dan and his team, we know that we found that. This has been a fabulous year. We're just more encouraged all the time by the partnership. He has such an amazing commitment to the sport, but at the same time a vision and a practical knowledge about what's going to make it work and grow. And I know if you've invested, if you're involved, then you share our confidence in this leadership. So Dan, congratulations on your work. We look forward to working with you. It's a big day. I can't wait to get her naked, so I'll just sit down. Thank you.
Mark, thank you very much. A few housekeeping notes before we get going here. We do have USB sticks on the table over here to my left containing a press release, car specs, a full testing schedule, photos, and other information to assist you in your coverage of today's event. All of our speakers and project partners will be available for one-on-one interviews following the unveiling and the group photo, which will follow. So right now, folks, I would ask that we get Mr. Andersen and Andrea Pontramaloli, please, to come up and join us here. Andrea and Mr. Andersen, come up and give us a hand. Look at these guys, making them work. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the new next generation state-of-the-art Dallara IL-15. Drivers and race fans surely having something to look forward to in 2015, the brand new race car. Folks, we want to thank all of you for coming. If we could have all the partners involved in the design and build of the Dallara to come up here for a group photo, we'd like to get that underway as well. At that point, we'll be able to do some one-on-one interviews. And then anyone who wants to come and have a look at this race car, feel free to come and have a quick look. We're going to do the group photo first, but once again, thank you very much for coming. Here it is, folks. This is the future of the Indy Lights program, the Dallara IL-15.
Can we get all the partners for the Indy Lights series to come forward?